I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I would like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
ZoWilliams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Yeah. Are you smacking in the mic? Yeah.
I was waiting on you to finish so I could smack on purpose, but you ruined it and I damn near choked.
Jesus.
I was like, ooh, shit, he's not done. He's not done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most unprofessional radio in the world.
I have character. I don't know what you're talking about. That was not me.
That's you right
That
now.
was not me.
Fucking Snackosaurus over here getting it in.
Oh, I can make noise. If you want me to make noise, I can make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason has returned to Hot Button Radio. And it's Friday.
Yeah. Jam.
Hey, it's the end of the week. I mean, we came in here on Wednesday with a fire topic. So I felt like we needed to do a topic that was somewhat related to Wednesday's topic.
So this the follow-up.
Yeah, I wanted to continue the momentum of that passion, of that inquiry. We was up on niggas' necks. And I said, let's stay there.
Okay, I visit what you said.
You can't walk around with somebody on your neck. You got to sit down and contemplate why they on your neck, right?
That's damn sure a way to make you focus.
You figure deals.
I wonder if they're doing that in Guantanamo Bay.
Listen, if this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason, please understand it's ratchet, or maybe clatchet. It's classy ratchet. There's spirituality, insight, wisdom, but there's also comedy, humor,
Foolishness.
Foolishness. But we always bring it home with something you can chew on.
Literally, I'm chewing right now.
I mean, Jesus, on Chipotle at that.
Tell my business, though.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't be eating it. Anyway, today's topic is no different. And I think it's very important because it's such a central piece, or people think it is, with regards to relating, And I said, man, we got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. But before I give you the topic, a little bit of business to take care of. You better get to your phones if you haven't already and download my app, the ZoWilliams app. All you got to do, Android, iPhone users, just go to your store where the apps are and just download ZoWilliams.
You just sounded like an old guy just then.
Google
Go
Play.
to your phone where the store where the apps are. That
Google
shit.
Store, App Store, iTunes, whatever. And download ZoWilliams, ZoWilliams. No spaces in between the Zo and the Williams. No spaces, just ZoWilliams. Download it. That way you can keep up with every broadcast. Whenever I'm on a radio show, no matter where I am, you'll get a push notification that says, hey, Zo's about to go on. You want to check him out? You want to see this fire? We got a lot of stuff on that app, by the way. Lectures that I've done that you can only see through the app. So go download it right now. Also, if you haven't done it yet, go buy my book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing. Listen, you can be in a good relationship and still read that book. It won't break you up. I got people who bought it, say, I just bought it to support you, but I'm in a good relationship, so I don't need it right now. I'm saying it's not breaking case of emergency book. As a matter of fact, good relationships can be enhanced by reading this book together.
This is going to replace Kama Sutra, is what he's trying to tell you.
It ain't that one yet.
But it's going, in lieu of Kama Sutra, you ain't going to need the Kama Sutra because you're going to get the tools that you need to make your stuff better. That's what I'm trying to say.
the homie salesman over here. Thank you for that pitch.
I actually was in sales. See, you got to have a feature and a benefit. You welcome.
So don't play yourself. Go get it.
Hilarious.
Oh, shit. We got the whole crew now. Well, minus Wildy Locks.
Whitney.
Whitney's in Hawaii.
Aloha, Whitney.
So let me introduce.
Aloha.
Let me introduce everybody that's on. In studio,
Yes.
Beauty and Booty
Wow.
together
Jam.
in one package.
Ow.
Funny,
Yeah.
cute,
Jam.
shapely.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga here. Aarona Lopez in the building.
Ah, yes. This nigga here live in studio on this lovely Friday afternoon. Chantel, what up?
And ladies and gentlemen, you already know who she is. She just chimed in briefly. It's the OG. You know her. Veronica Conway.
We love her.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Friday to everybody in studio
Yeah.
and in radio land.
Yes. Hey, we turned up right now. Listen, this is a caller-driven show. That means you got to have us on speed dial. You got to get to the phone lines. 323-230.
4445.
Not saying it right.
Okay, wait, hold on. Give me another chance. Biggie, give me one more chance.
323-230.
4445.
No, that's ugly.
4445. Okay,
That's
John.
45. There it is.
I can't be John. John is gifted.
I am. Thank you, mother.
323-230. 4445.
Let me 4445.
That's ugly.
I hate y'all.
Yeah,
okay,
you can't do
I
it.
quit.
All right, just it's a failure at call letters. Okay, let's just get it together now.
A failure at call letters.
Regroup.
All right, so let me get to the topic now and the questions. People really have a hard time with this. I'm going to say trust is a relationship killer. The pros and cons of trust in your relationship. Can the incessant pursuit of trust be a relationship's silent nemesis? Oh, trust issues. Goodness gracious. Do your relationship standards serve as security for your ability to be vulnerable? Oh, that's ugly. That's a hurtful question. Standards. You build all of these standards up, but they're really just a defense mechanism to protect your unhealed hurt. You think it's trust, but really,
It's a mask.
oh my God.
Uglier than Jim Carrey. The mask, not the man, no. Okay, all right.
All right, cool. Have your trust issues caused unnecessary friction in your relationship? I need examples. 323-230-4445. You hear it? 4445.
I'm jealous. I want to say it, but I know it's going to be bogus.
Nobody has it quite like Zoe in that he's like, he knows how to say that. 4445.
I'm hating. Even you sound good, Veronica.
Veronica got it. Let's hear it, Veronica.
4445.
Damn it.
Do you have trust issues around money? Secret bank accounts, don't trust your partner. Oof, always claiming the kids and not letting them know that you claim the kids. Be like, hey, can I claim one of the kids? Oh, I already did the taxes. Hey.
So I can tell you know that all too well.
I'm just saying. I mean, I looked all of this up. This
My
stuff is
parents
online.
did that shit for real.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Have you considered what makes you fail to trust people? Ugh. Is it possible to explain your truth/perception to your partner? This is what I always say. If you got to explain who the fuck you are to somebody, they don't know you. They ain't even with you. You're not even You're not in relationship with them. I don't care what you call what y'all doing. You can say y'all together, but you ain't together.
Oh, wait. Don't skate past
Not
that.
together.
You not together.
So are you saying, don't skate past that? That's deep, right? Wait a minute. Wait, slow down. Are you saying that if you have to explain yourself at any point in the relationship, or if you, in the beginning stages up top, explain where you're coming from?
Let me just break this down
Please.
really quickly. The only thing you're explaining is your idea. And an idea is just a metaphor for a reality. Truth needs no explanation. It's self-evident. That's ugly.
So are you saying, get on down, Veronica. I'm going to ask him again, but get on down.
No, I'm just saying, and it's like, the relationship that I'm in right now, the way I knew is one of the first words out of his mouth is, you know what? You don't ever have to justify yourself to me.
Ooh, that was the first thing?
That was one of the first things he ever said to me.
Dang, I need to find that, Veronica.
And I was like, done.
They sell them niggas on eBay.
Introduce me to that, Veronica.
That could be the challenge, is that when you are in a posture of having to explain yourself to people and justify your posture in life, it actually erodes your frequency to have to be in that posture with somebody. So I don't do that anymore. I don't enter into relating with people that I gotta justify myself to, because that means we're just not in sync.
Hey, my godmother said she from Detroit. She's Scorpio.
Okay.
She said if you got to teach them how to love you, they don't. It's real simple. If they can't see or connect to the real in you, you're not in relationship.
Right.
You're not relating.
Man, listen. I'm ready for this. This is dope.
And then the other angle I want to smack you upside the dome piece.
We'll do it.
With...
I got a helmet on.
Is trust really an emissary or an agent of your fear? A lot of people create all of these trust standards and principles and concepts to serve as a type of security force. You see? So it's a coping mechanism. You have to be in alignment with this so I never have to feel or deal, because feeling is dealing.
Me likey. Me likey.
That's right. I just want to know how many people out there got all of these trust issues and they use that as a means of making sure they never get hurt again. Trust is an illusion. I keep trying to tell y'all. We're going to deal with it. I want to know what you guys think. Call us right now, 323-230-4445.
I think this is going to be an epic show, is what I think.
Let me ask you, Aarona, do you have trust issues?
I used to, yeah.
Speak to those.
Yeah. First of all, I got to commend you. This is, one of my few moments where I'm not going to talk about that bullshit hat you got on and just give you your props and and tell you, I like this topic. I like that. I did throw the shade in there a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not going to stay there, though. I take it back. No, I like so much 100% that you're touching on this topic. And I think this may be the first show where I will go 100% on each and every the points that you made, because at this point, especially after the BS that I've been through, trust issues really are all about fear. It's your fear to engage. It's your fear to let go. It's your fear to, trust issues is a fear of trust in itself. That's how oxymoronic it is. When you have trust issues, you're not trusting, and a relationship is bound to fail anyway. So you say that you want a relationship and you say that you want love, but you're doing the antithesis of it. It's just a waste of time. And I lived in that world a long time. Listen, I was a resident in that city. You understand? I had the zip code. I had the address. I lived there. I sat down, packed all my bags, and moved in Trust Issuesville. I did.
This is interesting.
I'm guilty.
Veronica?
I learned a while back that it is not about trusting the other. It's about trusting myself in their presence. So if I am in the presence of somebody, then I can feel who they are, where they go left, if they're tripping, if they're loving, if they're sincere, if I'm present and I'm not on some fantasy myself and not gunning for an outcome myself. If I'm just in the presence of another human being, then I can clock them.
Wait. You just said something.
My reaction and my response to them It's not about trusting them. It's about trusting my observation of them and acting accordingly.
You just said something very powerful. If I'm not gunning for something.
Come on now.
Correct.
Say more about gunning for something.
Right. So if I'm in fear because I really want some security, if I really feel like I gotta have a man, if I want to be validated, if I'm gunning for appreciation, if there's any hole in myself that I'm trying to get filled, and I'm looking through the lens of that, then I'm not attuned to the person that's in front of me. I'm attuned to myself and my fear. So that's all I can see. But if I'm just present and I don't have an agenda, I can just see who that person is. It tells me everything I need to know about how they're going to be. So I trust them to show up exactly as they are.
Ooh. Come on, man, listen, this show is cough syrup. I don't even know why y'all playing. This in real life. People gonna get healed today.
Hallelujah.
Sarah, they gonna get healed today. If they've listened, if they're involved. How many people, I really want to know how many people have ever gotten to a relationship without being fully, you are silly. I can't take you right now. Zoe had candy today. Zoe's a bad boy when he eats candy, okay? He's just wild. You hear me? No, so
wild.
But I want to know how many people have really been in a relationship and never really showed up to view the person. It's just like you said, without gunning for something, you're really just looking at you and worried about what you want. I want a man. I need somebody. I'm lonely. I want some sex, or I need a woman if it's on the reverse. It's really all about you and I, and hoping that this person that you cross paths with is going to fulfill those needs. But if you don't have those needs to begin with, that's when the relationship really, somebody going to get healed today. That's when the relationship begins. That's going to hashtag heal today. That's what we doing.
Does the brain know the difference between reality and falsehood?
Yes.
If not, what place does trust have in a relationship?
The brain always knows the difference between reality and falsehood.
Veronica, clean that up.
Oh, you know what?
No, it actually doesn't. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what it visions and what is reality. That's why the television is such an amazing hypnosis machine, because it slows your brain down into a trance, so that everything that you take in via TV, it bypasses what's called the critical factor. So the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. So that's why if we use our mind in service of fantasy, or if we use it in unresourceful ways, then we will make wrong, faulty-ass decisions based on fear.
Okay, Zoe raised his pimp hand at me when you were answering the question. Did you lower that pimp hand, pimp? Wow. Yeah, he raised the pimp hand and be like, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong." Like,
I didn't say you were wrong.
You raised the pimp hand at me though, like
no,
quiet it down, let it go.
No, I was like a crossing guard. I was like, stop.
You didn't do that.
Yeah, she about to clean this up.
No, but I did mention that because I got a question. Okay. I've been told that the subconscious mind, can't differentiate between reality, fantasy, X, Y, and Z. And to an extent, I do believe that. But my question is, how can that be 100% true if what we discern to be reality, or what we accept as reality, is the things that we view but we judge? Like, I feel like it's an extra process of the brain to go to the judgment part. You feel me? Like, when you're taking in information, like you said, you're taking it in. As long as you don't judge what it is, you see what it is. It's when you judge and overthink that you kind of get in your own way of what's real and what's not.
Let me clear this up.
Okay, well, y'all get on down here.
Okay, so the Hindus, right? They got a lot of heavy books. The Vedas, right? Go get the Vedas. They're all good. The Rig Veda, very good books.
It's not on audiobook?
Okay, see, here we go.
This is the reason why I don't know.
See, there we go. Right. Do they have it on Audible? Because, no, just...
I got things to do, so go ahead.
Vedas, Sanskrit for knowledge, right? Or Vedanta, the end of knowledge, is what it means. In the Vedas, you'll see a word called Maya. And Maya, M-A-Y-A, Sanskrit, means illusion.
Ooh.
So they're saying
Glamour.
the Hindus knew. They said this world, the waking world we live in, is an illusion. So many, many years later, with the advent of technology, scientists understand the optic nerve and how the brain is translating light waves into electrical impulses. The image is turned upside down on the back of your cornea, on the optic nerve, and then the brain interprets that light information that's coming through the lenses into electrical impulses and draws its own picture of it. So technically, you've never seen your partner. You've only felt them.
So technically, our brains work like a drive-in movie.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I see what's happening.
So if nothing, just wait. Let me finish the thought, Veronica, and then I'm gonna come to you.
Okay.
So if the concept is you're looking at an interpretation of a person, you're experiencing an interpretation of a 3D reality that isn't really real. How can you trust anything, right? Then on top of that, the knowledge you get comes from an interpretation, right? Words are but symbols that symbolize something else. That's what the word semantic means. It means symbol. So many people are in pursuit of the symbol of life, but not what the symbol symbolizes. They don't even know they already have what the symbol symbolizes, but they've put more importance on the symbol than what they already have. So this is why if I join a religion, instead of just getting the wisdom, the intrinsic knowledge and spiritual value, I got to become the thing. Oh, let me put on a robe. Let me get some beads. Let me shave my head.
External.
It's all external. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the symbol of the belief. That's not real. That's what the Hindus called Maya. This is stuff that's already in you. And if you come into a relationship fully self-realized, trust becomes irrelevant and to some degree childish.
Ooh, I love it. Veronica, what was you going to say?
Well, I was going to validate what you're saying about what we perceive. One of the things that Shamas and a lot of great spiritual gurus have done is he spent a lot of time early on in the dark, in completely dark rooms that had no light, and got his eyes adjusted to being in utter darkness. And what he came to understand is that many gurus come to understand this, is that when you're in that darkness for a long period of time, your eyes will begin to generate pictures. And he began to understand that it's not that we are seeing, it's that we're projecting. It's not, we're not perceiving, we're projecting through the pictures that happen in our brain. And he only experienced that directly when he was in deep darkness for a long period of time. So it's we are projecting, and I think a lot of I don't know how to explain it. The more available, how do I explain it? The more I've been willing to deconstruct all my fear and my bullshit, the more nakedly I can perceive the other, good, bad, or indifferent. Right? It's just, it's been a deconstruction of myself, and then for some reason it opens you up, and you can perceive more of life just as it is.
People are scared though.
As you are,
people are scared.
It as it is.
I'm absorbing right now. Listen, 2016 about to be the shit. You hear me? It's about to be exciting because I'm really like listening intently and taking this in.
But see, people are afraid.
Don't be scared.
People are afraid.
Don't be scared.
Love is probably, first off, as Krishnamurti said, relationship is the most difficult ordeal in life. And it's the most fulfilling. It's the most heartbreaking. It's the most challenging. It's relationship. But people, have all of these other adornments and accoutrements around it, but they have no idea that the purpose of this human experiencing is about love.
Hilarious.
You love that music? We're playing this music because the homeboy Jeff told us about this.
He sounded like a drunk frat boy.
It's called...
At Monkville.
It's called throat singing.
Right, the monks do it.
This is Tuvan throat singing. There's a bunch of different ones.
I'll
go Mongolian next.
Yeah, I took this in world music class like back in the day. It's disturbing still though. Because it means something. They're not really mumbling. They saying something, but it's like, I can't listen to it for longer than 10 minutes.
Don't worry about it. He's our featured guest. Are you a prisoner of thinking of worst case scenarios when it comes to your significant other?
Ooh,
trust issues.
Thank God, no.
323-230-4445. The phone lines are just getting lubricated. Get to the lines. We want to hear your story. I know a lot of people are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I had a girl once tell me I was afraid. This is a few years ago.
But you are afraid.
No, I was afraid a few years ago.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Keep it 100.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I was scared as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is at least 10, 12. No, this is more like 15 years ago. She was like, I was hitting it. We was having sex. And then she was like, hey, what happened to little mumble mouth? I want him to.
Why are you talking about having sex? You know what?
He's speaking in tongues. I want him to be able to fortify my shit.
Okay. You know
anyway. So.
Oh, that's so disturbing. Why does he sound like he's outside the window?
So no, I'm having sex with her. She's like, no, don't be scared. Go ahead. Come at me. I was like, what? She was like, you can't fuck me scared, okay? Huh?
I'm sorry.
She was very powerful in that moment, and I was like a little bitch. I went limp immediately. Like, what? I can't, what?
To be honest, she was right, but that sounds like
she was right. She was right, but I was like, Jesus, I don't have $2 million. Squeegee. Let me pull this shit out right now.
There you go. There you go.
But she was
have that paper.
I'm just saying, I thought she was pretty powerful in the moment. But what happens with trust issues like you carry them into the relationship like from your mama? If your mama just, like raised you in such a way that her imprint on how you interface is in everything you do, or your dad, he wasn't there, or, how your parents imprint you is key to the trust issues that come into some relationships as well.
I feel like we should direct that to the callers for real, because if we want people to get free, first is awareness of what block that was. No, seriously, what block or what root or what seed was planted in you from your mama or from your daddy that you have carried all the way up until 40, 30 or whatever in your relationships. Like once you acknowledge it, you can let it go. That's what it took for me.
Yeah.
That's what it took for me.
Can I?
Get on in here. Yes.
Come on.
Scoot on in.
Okay, let me just say about mama.
I'm sorry.
About mama and daddy and the real energies that get deposited into a person, because it gets way deep. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, like for me and my mama, I had to fire my mother emotionally. I had to fire her as a parent because she emotionally was so distrustful and so dysfunctional, especially as it related to men. And her sense of her own victimization. I had to fire her as a parent.
I am loving on you right now, Veronica. Seriously. We'll talk in a second. Continue.
So that I could actually be in right relationship with men. That's not why I did it. I did it to get a right relationship with myself, but the byproduct of that was to be in the right relationship with other people. Now, y'all, I'm going to blow your mind here in a minute. Now, don't get freaked out, y'all. With daddies and girls, this is what the Chama talks about, and it's a very powerful thing. And y'all not ready for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. What happens with young women is that young women are often very sexual and are having sexual experiences often from very, very young. They might play with themselves or masturbate, but every time they come into contact with a man or masculine energy, they might feel aroused. But they teach women in our culture not to express that. And so what happens is they build that up. Now, when a woman enters into adolescence and she begins to really come into her sexuality, that's the point when the daddy usually pulls away, because it's usually perceived that you don't want to look like you're being sexual with your daughter. It's not about being sexual with your daughter, but it looks funny. So he pulls away, but she's actually coming into her sort of sexual fullness. It's the time when she's producing the most internal nectar in her body, and she's producing it for her daddy, but she doesn't really know why.
I'm scared.
If the father isn't conscious enough to understand how to navigate her through these very strange waters, she'll go out into the world trying to get a man to collect that nectar that she made for her daddy in the fullness of her sexuality, and she'll go make wrong choices because nobody ever helped her reconcile the way she functions. Now, this isn't a judgment thing. This is how women function. And until they reconcile that thing, they're always going to be out here hankering for a man, and they'll be in this emptiness and this vacuum that is unrealized and unreconciled.
So, like, females have, like, this reverse Oedipus complex? What is that, the Electra complex? What is it called?
Maybe.
The Oedipus with the son and the mama. Wired. Right. Yeah. And I think they call the girl one Electra, but I could be wrong about that. But okay.
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
But it's actually a biological imperative that a young woman has. And so men that don't know how to unlock this or don't know how to help a woman navigate through this, she's going to constantly be running out there in the world looking for daddy.
Here's what's real.
Wait.
Deficit. Yes.
We got to do this. We just got to take a quick break.
Okay. We on the edge of something powerful.
Yes. Something very powerful is happening here. Trust. I need you guys to take a deep breath and process some of this information. Now, how we going to do that?
Sorry, didn't mean to drop that.
We going to slide into a little cameo. Don't be lonely.
All right.
We'll be back in 2.2. Let's go. Ooh, yeah.
You know what I realized?
A little hidden cameo. Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio -Radio. I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reasons.
Uh-huh. Get that plural together.
Surrounded by Virgo energy all the time. Veronica Conway, Veronica on the phone line in here with Aarona Lopez.
Ah, yes.
We up in here talking about trust. Is it necessary for a successful relationship? We had so many girls. John was here earlier when I did an impromptu kind of questionnaire, live questionnaire in the Dash Studios, and I had it on Periscope. It was about 10 girls, and we were asking them, is trust essential for a happy relationship? And they all said, if there's no trust, there's no relationship. But what trust actually is some kind of belief or standard that doesn't change, right? Like, and the only thing that is true is change. Everything changes. People change, situations, circumstances. So to believe in a fantasy like trust, because really trust is not an external movement. Trust is an internal movement. When you really, really know and understand who and what you are, no one or no thing on the outside of you has the power to control your happy thermostat.
True.
Right? It's all an internal process. It's an inside job.
True.
I think Dr. Mark Goulston on my Zo What morning show said it best. He said the less people believe and trust in themselves, the more they rely on the government.
Yes.
And this same principle works in relationship.
The same principle works in corporate America.
Right. So the more you know about yourself, the less you have a need or a desire to trust your partner, because nothing they do can affect or hinder or alter what ultimately makes you happy. Who agrees or disagrees with this concept? Please call me at 323-230-4445. Aarona Lopez.
See.
I know you think this is all a bunch of bullshit.
No.
I heard you out there like, nigga, get up out of here with that bullshit.
I mean, I said that, but I wasn't talking about the topic, though.
Yeah, you was. Yes, you was. 323-230-4445. Are you having trust issues? What are your trust issues? Call us right now. Share with us. What do you think is the most common trust issue? Is it emotional or is it financial?
Emotional. Most people be broke, so
most people be
like, seriously, statistically speaking, a lot of people are at the poverty line or a little bit above. As middle class, as they are making their little differentiation between super rich and low class, middle class is disappearing. So the average person ain't got enough assets to be having an argument about some shit.
You ain't got enough assets to be mad about shit. Now you just get in there and eat them pinto beans and everything be okay, nigga.
Half the people surprised they still together. They just need half on the rent. So, I'm going to go with emotion. That's just my personal feel about it. I was loving on Veronica because Veronica, I had to do the same thing with my mom. That's why I was like, what? We just keep having all these things in common. See, that's the universe attracting us together. We was meant to speak and commune to one another.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But I think failure is part of the trust maturation, but also it's a choice. Failure presents a choice. You can either take, the difficulty or the problem with that relationship and use it as a stepping stone to evolve. I always say challenges are really stairways.
My favorite, this is something I like to say. My favorite thing to say.
I don't know if I was finished, but go ahead.
You know what?
Go ahead, Pam.
No, we were talking about failure, punk. No, my favorite thing to say is failure is misinterpreted practice. Like, no one comes into this world knowing how to do everything correctly. And so failure is just a part of the learning process. I don't think failure itself is the maturation of trust issues. I just think fear in general. Just fear.
You scared now.
What am I scared of? Your hat.
You're going to say one more thing about this hat, and then I'm going to breast for a nanosecond.
You gonna what?
I meant breastfeed. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking. Excuse me.
I shouldn't be talking about these socks. I don't even know why I'm tripping on your hat. Your hat ain't that bad.
My hat is nice.
Them socks is from Sanford & Son's closet.
You like my Hawaii socks?
I see what you're doing. They match the shoes.
Don't hate.
They do match the shoes.
Congratulate, Pam.
You know how to match your clothes. You are an adult.
So, Veronica, I really want to know, can a relationship survive without trust? Where's VC? I can't hear him.
Yeah, I mean...
there we go. We got you, baby. I can hear you now.
Okay. So it's... So a relationship can survive if people are allowed to be in their own nature and the other person... And there's harmony and alignment there.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me trust is... Wait, are you telling me trust is a kind of relationship leash?
I think she's saying trust is non-existent. Trust as we know it is really some made up shit.
I'm saying, well, I think people have to trust themselves. And so I think that, so here's how I see it. I think if you're going to be in a healthy relating, then the people have to trust themselves, and they have to answer to their nature, and then you get to look across at each other and say, does that actually suit me, or is that a right fit, or not? See, to me, that's like adult relating. Like, I trust myself to be myself. I trust myself to be myself. We come together and we get to actually assess whether or not it's a right fit. And if it's not a right fit, no harm, no foul.
That's interesting. When people say, like, divorce, like, you have some clinicians and some people who believe that when you divorce is like a death.
It is.
Because it's the death of an identity. Do you think it's dangerous to identify yourself as your relationship?
Oh, absolutely. There's so much more to life than who you're with. Who you're with is the cherry on top of your life, but it isn't or should ever be just your life and that's it. Like, I think that's terrible.
Veronica?
I think it depends. And it's really deep. I don't know if I hope you guys aren't getting an echo right now.
No, you sound great.
Okay, great. So it depends. One of the things, I did a heavy reading with Brian, right? The guy that did the human design stuff. And I've just gotten so much more insight into how designs relate to each other. So I think it depends. I think that some human designs that come together, some charts that come together, have that urge to merge sense and experience, and they want to be like wife and husband. Others don't. Others need to be more liberated. And so I'm coming to learn that it depends on your configuration and how it interfaces with another person's configuration. It's very nuanced, actually.
So you're saying it's like a mirror?
I'm saying it depends on how the other person is configured. So you can come into contact with a person and all you see is wedding bells and marriage and all that because that's how you guys bounce up against each other. That's just the way your configurations meet. You can come into contact with somebody else and have all freedom, all independence, and not be a right harmonious fit. I think it just depends. And I think the deepest thing that we can do to be in loving relating is to know ourselves as deeply as humanly possible. Ourselves.
This is what Twitter is saying. There's a brother, LAR, LAR Movement, at LAR Movement on Twitter. What's happening?
Cleo, though.
Anyway, he said people have become loyal to their fears and skeptical of their possibilities.
That's poetic.
And that's real than a motherfucker.
I love that. Shout out to LAR Movement.
This is what I keep trying to tell you.
That's real.
There is nothing to trust. If life and people are in flux, I wrote in the relationship dismount, your partner grows and learns at a different rate than you. Just because you guys are together don't mean you learn together.
Right.
You might be receiving the same curriculum at the same time, but from different perspectives. But the way you process the information and the way you absorb it, intake it, and then send it back out is a different process. What you understand right now, your partner may not understand for another 18 months or for another 5 years. And because they're not learning or getting it at the rate you're getting it, or you're not getting it at the rate they're getting it, you think there's some type of disconnect. But there isn't. It's just that you process differently. But there's not enough freedom in relationship. I equate trust to control. Freedom, no conditions. Most people don't know how to be in a relationship with someone without conditions because everybody has a condition that tethers them to an unresolved hurt. And the hurt is important. It's got to stay here because it's part of my identity.
Or maybe there isn't hurt per se, but they are loyal to conditions because they're trained and wired to believe that a relationship just has to have them. Like sometimes there's nothing wrong.
Let me go back.
Okay.
Now, there is a theory out there. I want you guys to go look it up called attachment theory, written by Bowlby. Mm-hmm. All clinicians know about John Bowlby. Mm-hmm. Attachment theory. And it talks about how babies attach in a certain way to their primary caregiver when they're born, right? So there's different levels of this attachment. There's secure attachment. There's, there's some fearful attachments and, and they did these experiments where they'll leave a baby in a room and then a stranger will come in. If the baby is securely attached to its primary caregiver, the baby doesn't cry. The baby doesn't trip. But if there's a fearful attachment, as soon as the stranger walks in and the baby doesn't recognize that, their primary caregiver is there, the baby cries, right? It's an insecure attachment level. And these attachment models go all the way into adult relating. Right? Mm-hmm. So you have the conditioning that you're speaking of. And remember, all conditioning is soft. In other words, it's software. It can be updated. It can be deleted. It can be rewritten. But most people don't know that this software is operating on a toolbar out of sight. On a computer, you got a toolbar, you got a bunch of windows open, and they're minimized. Mm-hmm. Just because they're minimized and out of sight don't mean they're not in operation.
Right.
And this is what's happening. You have to pull those toolbars up and look at what's running in the background of your mind.
I totally agree with that. But this is what I'm saying, like, where people are just conditioned to
First
have
off, give me
conditions.
my props. That shit was dope. Hold on to Boca Shot.
First of all, yes, it was. I like the toolbar analogy. I was with you. Did you see me nod my head in amazement? I did, John, didn't I? I was like, word.
Hating, low-key hating.
I was not. Shit. It was dope. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, for instance, let's go like all the way back to teenage land where we all get our real first experience in relationships. We don't really know what we're doing per se. And yes, there are like things operating in the background, but all we do is operate off of what we've been told or taught to accept. So, okay, we go on a date because that's what dating is. And if I'm going to make him my boyfriend, then he has to tell people that that's my boyfriend. Otherwise, that's not my boyfriend. Those are all made up things that we buy into, but we buy into it because we're taught it's normal. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
You know what? Call in. Am I talking? You know what?
She's good. No, she's good.
Yeah. Like, come on now.
I'm just playing. I'm giving her props.
He hating. See, you see what's going on. Stop eating candy, so shoot.
I ain't gonna never let you see no other side of me. As soon as you see my little private side of candy loving, you want to bring it to the airwaves. There's nobody else know I love candy like that.
It's because you're mean. You're mean when you don't have a Twix, though. When you're hungry, you turn into a diva.
Like Marsha Brady.
Hilarious. No, but this is real because trust. Listen, this is why infidelity hurts so bad.
Come on now. You can get all the props. Make me stand up. You better say it. I'm ready.
That's what I'm saying. This is why cheating is such a hurtful act. Because people
trust is broken.
Right. First off, you're a relationship broker. Mm-hmm. Right? Anything I do, say, chill, time, everything is an investment into not you.
The shit I said I wanted.
But the shit I want. Mm-hmm. And I think you are the best of the best in getting me what I think I want.
Because you don't even really know.
Right. Let me go back to Kool Moe Dee. Kool Moe Dee said, God gives you what you want so you could really determine if you really wanted that shit or not.
I agree with that 100%. Kool Moe Dee ain't here, but I'm standing for you. You get a standing O right now.
But do you see what I'm saying?
It's true.
So we put all of this investment into time, money, effort, because we want something. Yeah. Whenever you are in a state of want, you have this is crazy. It's like an omniscient, all-powerful being jealous of something it created. Do you see
You talking about Christianity?
No. I'm just saying, you see the irony in that? Like, why would the omniscient source, the omnipotent source, the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the all-seeing source, the creator of all that is, be jealous of something it created?
Impossible.
It's like a mama being jealous of a baby.
Impossible, yeah. It happens,
and that happens.
That's still stupid.
But that's what I mean with trust.
Exactly.
Like when you're connected to that kind of power within yourself, how would somebody else have the key to your happiness? I mean, the way the relationship script is written, you complete me. How is that even possible when you're connected to God within?
Oh, that's even if you turn the switch on inside. Come on now. Some people that got their power switch off. They ain't never flicked the light on inside. Nobody's home.
Well, let's get to the phone lines. I think we did it. I want to know right now, are you having trust issues? Right? If you are, call us. Let us fuck with you for a few minutes.
Have you inherited trust issues from either of your parents? A trust issue script or a relationship script that you need to get rid of? Call us now.
I want to know if you got secret bank accounts. You can't trust that motherfucker with money. I want to know. I want to know. Like, are you secretly planning your way out?
Do you trust them in your sex life? Let's talk about it. The boo dip, the people on the side.
Why not just openly have separate bank accounts, like out in the open? Hello?
I think that would be dope. But let me say this, too. In framing this up for the callers, get to your phone line right now. 323-230-4445.
They coming in. Come on in.
323-230-4445. Let me say this. Ladies, I want you to call in and tell me the moment you felt he was lying.
Okay.
While y'all was having sex. Because you know all of that shit gets transmitted through sex.
Come on now.
You think you could be as meticulous as you want to be. You done wash your dick off in your sink and in her sink.
Shut up.
Right? Before you even got back to the crib.
Yikes.
I'm just saying.
The energy just fell off.
But how many times has a woman felt the energy of another woman on her man during sex? You got to remember, sex is like an antenna for spirituality. I know women have called me out like, nigga. The woman gave me a look like, nigga.
So all you got to do do is come to bed with something new and it's over. Like, spit it back out. Who did that? Who did that to you?
She can feel it. I just want to know, man. Call us and let us know what your trust issues are. The number to dial is 323-230-4445. Let's do it right now. Let's go to Chicago, line 3. D-Nice.
Let's get it, D-Nice.
D-Nice. 3, 2, deuces.
Bye, D-Nice.
All right, he's gone.
It was fun.
Let's go to Joe, Houston, line 2.
Hey, Joe.
What's happening, fam?
That was Tarzan.
What's up, man?
Oh, wait, Tarzan. You scared me saying the LAR thing. I was like, yo, you ain't got to yell that loud.
That was you?
Yeah.
Oh, word up then, PM. Talk to us, man. You got to turn your radio down just a taste, man.
I do?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear the feedback.
We got the feedback, Pam.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let me hurry up and cut it down, bro.
Yeah, you perfect now.
Yeah, you can't be quiet then. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it.
Is that good?
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was talking about this.
What's happening?
All right.
Go ahead, man.
What happened was, we talked about this at work today. And what happened was I learned this lesson. I learned trust through football.
Okay.
And through football, when you're a running back, they open a hole for you. But on the other side of that hole is the linebacker's job to close it for you. So you got to be fearless to the fact that you're going somewhere where you're going to get hit.
Wow.
So what happens next? Are you going to be scared and just stop at the line? Or are you going to go through it where everybody will take their punishment? So this is what people don't learn in life because they're scared to go past the line of scrimmage because they don't want to get hit.
Man.
Joe, let's go.
These niggas Newt Rockney.
You will never score that way. You will never get to the touchdown, the end zone. You'll never experience the glory.
Man, this is a Negro Lou Holtz.
I love this.
Nigga's a coach.
Yeah.
I want you to run.
Let's hire Joe.
Right, he just ran the relationship wishbone. I love that.
That was seriously dope. I was fine. And I don't even watch football like that, and I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's good shit, Joe. Come on, man. We appreciate you calling anytime, man. Thanks again. We appreciate it. Get to your phone lines, 323-230-4445. We're talking about trust. He said something very, very poignant.
I love that. That's a great analogy.
See, so when we come from the philosophical side where we say there is no trust, right? And in the grander, more spiritual, aspect of it, it's true. But then there is a basic, linear, practical side where can I trust you not to hurt the kids? Right? Or see, this is another side of trust that's crazy. A lot of our trust in relationships today have to do with finances, have to do with money.
Yeah.
Can I trust you to have my back if I can't handle the whole load and we're together? And we got kids. Can I trust you to be able to pick up the slack? Or fuck the slack, can I trust you to be co-financiers of our reality here?
And not gamble or something.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
and for
or just earn enough to provide for
Right.
children. Yeah.
right. And for me, I think that's, Coach Joe did lay it down. Somebody on Twitter is like, Coach Joe laid it down. That's Ronan. We need to hear from you right now, pimp. Get to your phone lines, 323-230-4445.
45.
Oh, shit.
That was hot, though.
Say it right.
You know what?
Say it right, John. Let's get
323-230-4445.
That's how you do it. 45.
And you can do different things with the 5, like 44, 45, or like 44, 45.
I'm taking my mic and going home, y'all. Just showing out.
No, but let me come back to it, though. So this is the thing that bothers me, especially with African Americans in the world. Money is a game, with deadly, serious consequences, right? And we only participate in the money game at a certain level.
Come on now.
Right? So we will die, kill, steal for this piece of paper and totally unaware that the piece of paper is on the verge of crashing, right? But if it does crash, we'll be in a shithole because for whenever there's a crash, somebody orchestrated that crash, and there are going to be a lot of people who suffer in the crash, but then there are going to be a lot of people who profit from the crash. That's why it's orchestrated that way, right? So with black people, we're too busy trying to live a standard and then base our relationships off this standard that we didn't create. So we'll judge a good man by a standard that we have no ideas about the crash, but we'll say that ain't a good man because he's not fully integrated into the standard. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the thing that hurts me is I see a lot of people compromising themselves for a standard that is obviously a game. It's obviously a game. Now, as a people, if we were to come together, work together, and maximize the opportunities presented in the game, we'd have a better footing when this particular game is called in, right? Okay, we're going to end this game and start a new game. Mm-hmm. Now, economists all around the world are calling it a financial global reset. Nigga, what the fuck is a financial global reset?
It's like changing the cards in Vegas.
Yeah, we're not even using cards for this game. We bringing in dice.
Okay, clear the table.
We're gonna clear this whole game. Yesterday it was Miss Pac-Man. Today it's Tempest. It's Centipede today, nigga. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we as a people will sit there and look at each other and shame each other and judge each other. Oh, you ain't even learned this game. Not knowing that the game itself is perishable. We got to do better. This is why I say...
Can I speak to... Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, babe.
No, I agree with you. And here's the thing. Like in my view and my filter of how I would ever choose a man, when I choose men, they would have to know how to survive any situation. In other words,
there we go.
Dollar crack. In other words, there's some men that provide no matter what. And if you're going to enter into a relationship with a man and in any way deal with children, then he better know how to provide for those babies no matter what the circumstances are. Dollar, no dollar, woods, country, no, I mean.
Right.
And that's, to me, a litmus test. Otherwise, don't engage with him. Because if he can't take care of himself and his own material needs, and then he sure enough can't take care of your babies. And so walk away.
He need to know how to fish.
Walk away.
Well, to add to that, I agree with that 100%. And what's funny is before we started the show, somebody asked me on Periscope, what am I looking for in a man? And I was like, a man who believes in himself and doesn't completely believe in the concept of a 9-to-5. I got hated on.
Who hated on you?
It was you, actually.
No, it wasn't. Shut up.
It was you.
Shut up already.
I saved my video. I don't delete mine like you do. It was on there. Anyway, the point is, no, but the reason why I say that is because I don't believe in the concept of societal standards in corporate America. Like, I used to contribute to that and believe in that until I realized that's something that was a script of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution came along. We want everybody to be employees. We're going to tell everybody to do this so we can make sure that these businesses thrive while they go on to make multi-millions, and you spend your whole life giving it to a company and doing all of this stuff because you've been told that makes you a good American and a good worker. You know, the whole work ethic thing has been praised to death, where if you don't ask for your worth and if you don't demand to be in control of your career or your life, then that is the standard of you're doing a great job. And I just don't believe in that. So my standard is I have to be with a man that's outside the matrix. He can't be in that matrix. We won't get along.
Wow. He can't be in the matrix.
He can't be in the matrix. He got to be unplugged. I don't want it if he ain't unplugged.
You cool with just Wheat Tina?
But that means he's got to be he's got to be resourceful. In other words,
yes,
there are people in this world that are resourceful. It doesn't matter what circumstance you put them in. They can take care of themselves. They can take care of their kids. They can take care of the clan. They can take care of the tribe. Right? So I think a litmus test, if you're talking about engaging around children, has to be his resourcefulness.
Facts.
That's a litmus test.
Yeah.
That's a litmus test.
Okay, before we take the next break, let's get Miss Lips. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I'm shimmying.
Miss Lips out of Phoenix. Welcome to the Voice of Reason, Miss Lips. What's cracking? Where's she at?
I'm shimmying.
Do we have her? Miss Lips, are you there, baby girl?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey,
yes,
boo.
we can.
Okay. How y'all doing?
We good.
Fantastic.
Are you listening to this
Hey,
trust
Miss
conversation?
Yeah, I don't trust myself around cousins.
Around cousins?
You better
what?
explain.
What?
Get y'all memes ready.
You
Get
know-
y'all memes ready on Twitter.
You
She about
already
to
know
go
what
in.
she's talking about. You already know. Go ahead. How come you don't trust yourself around cousins?
Oh man. Well, you already know the situation with an ex that broke my heart and fucked my old best friend.
And
But-
your response was what?
My response, actually, I think that was a cool response. I didn't kill him, you know. You see, you got to understand, I don't have a sister. That girl was like a sister to me. You understand me? And you got to also understand that by default, his cousin let me suck his dick till he came in my mouth and allowed me to walk away with the cum in my mouth. So who's really guilty here?
You. You can't clean this one up, goddammit.
Wait, what?
Wait, I thought it went from your cousin. Now it's about his cousin.
That was what she did. Let me tell the story.
Okay,
Let me tell the
run
story.
it back.
Let me tell the story.
Rewind.
All right, here's the story.
Oh,
Miss
no.
Lips was in love with this dude
Right.
who wanted her to give him fellatio.
Okay.
Miss Lips didn't want to do it.
Okay.
So her dude went and fucked Miss Lips' homegirl, who she says was close to her like a sister.
Got you.
So in retaliation,
She got the cum and did the swap.
she sucked the cousin's dick and let him bust in her mouth. And she came back to her boyfriend with the cum in her mouth and kissed him and put it in his mouth.
Put it in his mouth. I got you.
Hey, don't glamorize this.
Okay.
This is evil.
Oh, hey. You the one that remembered the entire story.
Did you kiss him though and then just run away? Is that how it went down?
Yeah, I ran.
It's a straight sprint,
hell yeah,
right?
man. I almost ran the block.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Oh my
say.
God.
Was it like a slow fizz?
Holy moly.
Miss Lips
Yeah.
is wild.
Yeah, you.
But I'm
Jesus.
just saying, just on my part, because I got a lot of ugly DMs and retweets, man. Woo! But just to say, I don't trust my anger. You know, I don't trust the outer me.
Ooh, this is good.
Even though people say we have a light side, we also have a dark side. I don't care what nobody say. You can be the best person in the world, but in the back of your mind, you're going to have some evil thoughts. You understand me? And some people can take you out your element. So sometimes I don't trust myself. Neither do I trust my pussy, because my pussy make decisions that I don't particularly, I regret later,
Ooh.
I think her
We
pussy
have
is
that too.
autonomous of her. He get to do what it wants, huh?
That's why she got the name Miss Lips. Her pussy talk.
No, but pussy,
saying.
actually, pussy should have a mind of
put
their
two
own.
P's on that. I did put 2 P's on that. But just to let people know that a lot of women, and I can say this, we have unmanageable pussy. It's unmanaged.
It's
You know what I'm
unmanaged.
saying? It runs off of emotion. It runs off of guilt. It runs off of your daddy molested you, or you was hurt as a child, or you was the geek or the nerd, or you wasn't attractive, or rejection. Rejection, I'm going to tell you, on some men, it could make a man bitter.
Oh,
You
yeah.
understand me?
Oh, yeah.
It could make them resent women. A lot of men would not be gay if they had someone to teach them.
Wow.
To reverse the rejection, because I know a lot of men that they not physically attractive, but they have other great skills, but all the way when they look in the mirror, they don't recognize what they see. They just think it's not cool. They fuck with a white bitch or they fuck with a nigga.
Let me ask you this real quick. Do you think that having trust in a relationship is central or key to the success of that relationship, or do you think trust is an illusion?
I think trust is what you make it. If you come in with a false identity, if you don't know your purpose, okay, we got too many of these black queens watching Disney. No, they need to turn that shit off. My daughters don't watch that shit, okay? You got too many women that think you're supposed to wait on a man and he's supposed to love you and put a ring on it. I mean, the typical white fantasy, it's not like that with us. Our black men don't adapt like white men. We are two different creeds. We come from two different cloths, you know. So why even have a perception of thinking that this is how that should be? I'm content of not being married. I want to live my life freely. But the person who's going to fuck with me, he's going to have to deal with that or understand that or roll with me.
I could smoke a bag of that.
That's actually the way it's supposed to work. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can't be in a forced relationship. You know, I have been in relationships where this guy, he could have done anything I wanted to do, but I had to restrict myself. I had to become a church member, or I couldn't curse, or I couldn't wear tight clothing, or I couldn't wear different color hair, or I couldn't make people laugh. I couldn't be who the hell I want to be. You understand me?
He tried to control you.
Yeah, I can't do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live that life, so I'm not going to subject myself to that. So once I see that in a person, I automatically, my pussy closed, my mouth closed, everything closed on me. Like
closed for business. Grand opening, grand closing. I think that's dope.
We should trust some things in a man because we have to. Another thing, we have to keep an open mind. You know, when you first meet a man, just understand that's really not him. That is his representative, and such as I am. You know, because I have two different baby fathers. If I was to tell a man from jump, oh yeah, I got two different baby daddies, you know, he would probably run. But if I tell him, yes, I have two kids, and one father is deceased, and one is the father, you know, it's how you use the narrative, basically. The narrative is key.
Let me just say this. We love Miss Lips. Every time she come on, the whole listening audience be like, oh, shit.
I said, get your memes ready.
You know,
get your gifts ready.
I really need a show. I need to get out this 9-to-5 shit. I'm just so tired. These white people is making me hate them. I'm like really getting really resentful. I'm finding little ways how I can just cut them. Like it's not looking good. You know, I need to get the fuck out of this shit.
All right, baby girl. We appreciate you. You call me. We'll try to make some shit happen for you. Get to your phone lines. 323-230-4445. We want to know what kind of trust issues you have. I know most.
Y'all.
Bye, baby girl. What did you want to say, Aarona? You was talking.
No, I was, you know how when Brian came and he did the whole body design. And
human design.
Okay, all right, correct me.
Get your shit together, goddamn.
Okay, daddy, damn.
I mean, Veronica just said it. See, means you weren't even listening to her.
Okay,
shit.
Ike. You trying to help Ike.
Your name ain't anime, it's Fanny Mae.
That was horrible. You know what, that?
You know that Fanny for real? Snapchat that back. Huh?
What am I, 80? Fanny? Anyway. No, but how Brian was talking about it takes 7 years to really get to know a person and how we're in like the 7-year cycles and stuff like that. I was thinking about all of that as Miss Lips was talking and keeping that in mind. It's like, well, what are you even really trusting in that process anyway. You might as well just let it flow because if you're, in transition and that person is in transition, the things that you're expecting from each other may start on the same page, but they're not going to finish on the same page.
But see, I think the same page is a lie.
But that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is if there's really the truth to it's a 7-year journey anyway, what are we putting trust in the equation for?
And if the page does exist, would it take 7 years of interaction with a person to even get a table of contents? Like, a set of ideas that you actually want to bring about?
So understand that the same page is more about, are you actually geared to each other in a way that is compatible and harmonious out of the gate? I mean, out of all the things we have to climb through in relating, one of the things I learned a long time ago is, for example, Chinese astrology is one of the best predictors and indicators of compatibility, not Western astrology, Chinese astrology. If the Chinese astrology is off, then the whole shit is off. So you have to, and your numerology, right? Your Enneagram has an impact, and your human design chart. There's all of these factors. So when I talk about same page, what I'm saying are the fundamental building blocks there in your nature that makes it harmonious.
You see what I'm saying?
Makes it harmonious and makes it viable.
Basic are the ingredients there. Are you spaghetti or are you chicken? Like, I mean, we can. I love food analogies. You know what I'm saying? I love them because you are what you are. You know what I'm saying? Are you spaghetti? Do you have the noodles? Do you have the sauce? Do you have the meat? Noodles. Are you spaghetti?
Noodles.
Or are you chicken? It's okay to be a different food.
La Costa Nostra.
But
noodles.
We don't belong on the same plate together all the time. We're delicious.
We don't belong on the same plate together.
Listen, I did a food analogy earlier. I'll take it deep with some food.
Oh my God. We don't belong on the same
I sound hungry, don't I?
Yeah.
I threw away my Chipotle. Shoot.
Listen, the phone lines is cracking. I love it when that happens. Let's get folk in here to speak on it. Trust issues. Tell me the truth. Let's get into it. The big homie Ronan, line 2. What's happening, Bill?
Now you sound like you're in pain.
44, 45.
Don't come in here showing out, Ronan, because you can say it. Listen, I'm working 44, 45.
It's okay. It's really good.
We'll work on you.
I hate everybody.
No, but when it came to the subject of trust, I think one of my most problematic parts of it was I didn't trust myself in a successful situation. And when it came to that, I had these fears, like figuring like how people would turn on me or if it, lapsed or something like that. But the thing is, like, I had to take some time away to look at it. And that's like, it's a lesson in order to improve yourself. You can't do the same old thing and think, the next step is going to be a lot easier or, thinking it's going to be paid for you that way. Sometimes you have to shift your direction. And I tend to be stubborn in certain things. So I had to be a little bit more flexible about my approach on a lot of things. That's what's been helping a lot. But, I mean, the whole trust thing about relationships, I don't think I had that much fear in it because I trust you to be yourself eventually. Because I already know about the representative. But it's like, after you get comfortable, that's when I really start learning and pay attention to taking notes. And I adjust accordingly. But that's what I see.
Wow. Let me just say, you saying something that's real heavy. A lot of times people don't understand, man. Trust, and we framed it up earlier, trust is about you. It's not about your partner. It's not about your partner. Like, how many people are afraid to really, have you ever seen people who are afraid to succeed?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So there's this fear that says if I succeed, I'm going to be more culpable. I'm going to be more responsible. It's all going to be on me.
People going to hate me.
People going to hate me. Do you understand? People think that they can be that way in business and it somehow will not seep into how they relate when business is really relationship. People don't understand that business is relationships. Customer service is a relationship with you and your customers, right? When you're dealing with your manufacturers, people manufacturing your product, if you want a high quality product, you have to have a good relationship with those people. And if they like you and you like them and you pay them on time, they tend to do really great work. It's a relationship. All relationships require you to be relationship mechanics. In other words, maintenance is involved. Your relationship needs an oil change. Your relationship needs a tune-up. Your relationship needs a tire rotation, right? Your relationship needs all of these things, but it doesn't start with your partner. It all starts with you. And what you're really maintaining are faulty ideas or ideas that worked 5 years ago when you first got together, but now that you reevaluate them, need to be discarded.
Yo, check engine light on. See, I'm following these auto. See, I got you with the auto metaphors.
Yeah.
Well, I want to just run it by y'all. Say, like, is this dependence on trust kind of like putting a boot on a hoopty?
So you had to take it there with the auto metaphors. Now we on parking tickets. If you don't fix it, your shit gonna get towed. That's what we're doing.
It's like, you worried about the county. Like, well,
a relationship got a boot on
you. So you got to have this on you, so I feel more comfortable that you're not out here doing anything. But it hasn't stopped anybody from changing the tire, putting the boot in the trunk.
Oh, okay. So now we getting legal with it. Okay, I see.
Leave it to Ronan, man. We got some talented callers, man.
Take it off and put it in the trunk. Thank you, Ronan. Fuck them tickets.
Hey, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help my people out.
I like it.
Hey, man, Ronan, let me say this, man. I appreciate you for calling in on the last day of the week, man. We want it to be a wonderful show for y'all, and you helped us do that, man. I really appreciate you calling in. Thanks again, bruh.
Hey, much love to y'all.
Love you. Bye.
Good looking, pimp. Oh, somebody just hit me on Twitter right now. I ain't gonna say her name because she get a little sensitive about that. Please touch on not trusting your partner with your sexual prowess / sexuality.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't even went there yet. We didn't touch on food metaphors, auto metaphors.
Please
we did football metaphors.
Please touch.
You gonna get immature about it though? We was just talking about being open with the sexuality.
Hey, stop it. Please touch on not trusting your partner with your sexual prowess / sexuality. I'm going to ask that the listener go deeper. Give me a little bit more clarity. What do you mean? Not trusting your sexual prowess / sexuality. Give me a little bit more meat to chew on, and I will throw it out there to everyone. I know one thing. Intimacy requires openness. And most people can't be open unless they have this concept of, I trust you to be open around you. So can we look at trust as safety?
Yeah.
A safety net?
Safe was the first word that came in my mind. They don't feel safe, so there's no trust there.
Gosh. Trust and safety, man, is such a fucking mind job. It's a mind fuck. Because I heard this psychiatrist say it the best way. He said, the people we love the most are perfectly positioned to hurt us the worst. And they always do. So all this trust shit is a placebo for you in the moment to go through with it. I know you.
I just got on my Rodan shit. Hold on, the thinking man.
That's real.
That's some real shit.
Can I speak to why that is? Because we have lost the ability to confront what's immediately in front of us. In other words, we let a lot of shit slide.
Yes, we do.
We don't have the communication skills to actually address whatever comes up in the moment. If you handle it in the moment to moment, then you don't have a lot of overhang, so you don't have to go like, well, hopefully I can trust this person. It's like, no, it's handled. Do you see the difference?
Right.
We tolerate
like
shit.
Moment to moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop tolerating.
323-230-4445. Get to your phone lines right now. I want to know what your trust issues are. I know you got them. Don't be scared. Call in here. Listen, Who you really are doesn't really matter. We just want to know your business. 323-230-4445. Call us right now. This shit is getting crazy. Now, our secret listener, who I will not divulge her identity, has given us more context for her original question. Please touch on not trusting your partner with your sexual prowess / sexuality. She says allowing one to be a whore in the streets without shaming her. In other words, giving her the safety to be nasty with you without you going, God damn it. This girl licked my whole entire ass. You know how dudes do.
So basically, you blocking your blessings.
Or coming back at her, throwing it in her face.
Right.
When there's an argument. You can't talk shit to me with your mouth smelling like my shit. You know how dudes do.
How 50 Cent did Vivica. I see what you're talking about.
You understand?
Or how Amber did Kanye.
Yeah. So that's a great point. Being able to trust your partner to keep your secrets. Can you ever really trust somebody to keep your secrets, your sexual secrets?
Oh, yeah.
Your personal secrets? Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Veronica done got wound up.
She was thinking about the nigga keeping the secrets.
This nigga got a Pandora's box somewhere.
You have to, one of the most beautiful things is discretion.
Yes.
I think discretion is one of the most beautiful, elegant things that you can bring to a relationship, because to me, discretion is it creates a container for real intimacy. So, I've had to keep secrets of some very powerful men. I've had to keep secrets of some men that would never, just real deep stuff. And I think that there is a beauty and an intimacy to discretion that I think is very powerful and very seductive. So, yes. So that is an art form. Thank you very much.
I think that's a character trait. It deals with integrity. It deals with nobility. See, a lot of motherfuckers are ignoble. You're dealing with a lot of knaves. You're not dealing with, royal motherfuckers,
right.
You're dealing
Men
with a
in
lot
tights.
You're dealing with a lot of knaves, a lot of boys who, when they get hurt by a woman, result to revenge and childishness and get back and all that kind of shit.
Right.
Like where there is class, integrity, and nobility, I mean, hey, it's over. Didn't work. We good. You feel me? It ain't, I'm gonna get you back.
Right.
Watch, I'm gonna tell everybody what you did with my baby toe.
Right.
I'm gonna tell everybody.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But that comes from expectation. In other words, if somebody's entering with expectations that you're going to complete me and you don't fulfill on that, then believe me, they're going to go buck wild and go into the streets and start talking shit because their identity was wrapped up in having you. If you're entering into a relationship as a free agent looking to enjoy connectivity with another free human being, then when you depart, you just understand it's just time for that. That's just our timing right now. Okay.
Wow. But see, this is why a lot of men resort to whore shaming or, well, I fucked you. I got the pussy anyway.
Right.
When a dude is acting like that, he's a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because first and foremost, sex is a part of the human condition. And everybody gonna fuck.
I cut somebody off of that. I'm like, how old are we?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Well, at least I fucked. I got the pussy.
Who's not fucking after 22? Right. 25?
What's going on?
What are we talking about? Stop it.
That's true.
Like, seriously, who?
Listen, callers, let me just say this really quickly. I think our engineer went to go take a shit. So
he did leave.
We
want to get you in. He did leave. I don't know which button to press.
I'm going to get you in a second.
Okay, he back.
Did you wash your hands? Because this motherfucker.
Because the board was going up and I was like, ooh, we should get to him. He left.
He left and,
What's going on? What I miss?
He wanted to go to the callers, but it was like, we don't know how to do it.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I mean, he just went to shit.
No, I didn't.
You got some hand sanitizer?
I thought it was a drought.
I'm just saying, no, don't.
Hey.
What'd you do? Shit outside? Oh, okay. Anyway, let's get to the phone lines. We got line 3 in the building. Hustle from Miami. Speak on it.
Yes.
Man, what's up, family?
What's up, Hustle? How art thou?
Man. What a great topic you got tonight, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, trust is ephemeral. It's a fleeting concept that basically boils down to a comfort mechanism for the unknown.
Hustle, you better say that. Huh?
Hold it a Boko shot.
I mean, if you really look at it, we don't know what another person is going to do, so a decision is made whether to believe one thing or another. But who really says we have to make a decision at all? You see what I'm getting with that? I mean, the truth is going to be what it is.
Right.
So why put energy towards believing one way or another? Just live with reality, because truth needs no trust.
Ooh. Truth
Hashtag.
does not need you to believe in it. Truth does not need you to trust in it. Truth is self-sufficient. I like that.
I bleed blood. That's what happens. I don't need you to justify, rectify, nothing. It's already there.
This is why we was holding on for this brother.
Man, listen.
Come on, pimp. What's happening, pimp?
And that's what I'm talking about. The cough syrup. Somebody getting healed right now. I'm telling you. That's dope. I love that.
That's what I do it for, man. I just hope more people can kind of get something from it. You feel me?
Hey, man, keep calling in, man. I appreciate the call, man, all the time.
We love you, Hustle.
Hustle, I think you got action over here with Fanny Pack.
Stop it.
Hustle is the man, man.
Yes.
He's the man.
Hustle, you might have action over here with Pegasus, too.
Fanny Pack and Pegasus. We're going to get you an Urban
y'all
Dictionary.
enjoy your weekend, you hear me?
All right, you too, brother.
Bye, Hustle.
Yeah, man. This is crazy.
I'm telling you, I lived in trust issueville, trust issue village.
Do you think it's
for
healthy?
a long time.
Do you think it's healthy for women to just come to terms and understand that your man is going to fuck other women?
Yes, I do. I just do. At this point, you should fuck too. I mean, I think in real life, I think it's really one of those things where it's just like, do what you want to do, because the best compliment anyone can ever pay you is, I have the option to, but this is what I want to do.
Right.
That's totally different. And that does happen.
That was the Virgo way of saying it. The Gemini way of saying it is, I have all of these options. Just be happy that I revisit you from time to time.
Oh.
See, you know what? That's what.
Oh, there I go. Hey.
But like in real life, because
44, 45.
At some point, let's say, at one point, right, I had a friend dating 11 people, right? 11 people.
Jesus.
And even out of 11 people, you're talking about 11 different personalities, 11 different, romance styles, dating styles, conversation, blah, 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 blah. Even in the 11, there was a favorite. You know what I'm saying? And you gravitate toward that, and he knew about the other 10. And
that's like saying, you my favorite person in this neighborhood.
I mean, if you want to be that way, you can be that way.
Out of everybody in my dick pussy neighborhood, you the favorite.
And who knows what he was doing on his end? I can't speak on it because I don't know him, but that's what she did.
Okay, look, this is what we got to do real quick. I want you to get to your phone line. This is a call to action. Call us right now. If you call me right now, I'll be able to get you in before the end of the show. Get to your phone lines right now. We're talking about trust issues. If you have some, if you've overcome some, and you want to be able to give people a little bit of advice on how to overcome trust issues, we're all ears. We don't have all of the answers, but we damn sure got all of the questions. So somebody call me right now at 323-230-4445. We've got Fantasia from Kentucky on the line. We're going to holler at her right now, and then we're going to go to break. Fantasia, speak on it, pimp stress.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, what's happening, baby?
I am a person who definitely has trust issues, and trust issues as far as sex is one of them for sure. And I think mainly because I guess it's the fear of him being like, well, where'd you learn that at? Where'd you get that from?
Oh, the judging. The judging. Yeah.
Right. So that type of thing keeps me from, I guess, opening up to him. So I feel like, he's not getting to experience me fully. I'm not getting to experience him fully because of that wall that's there, because of that fear.
That's good. That's good.
And that fear is all him.
Yeah.
It's all him.
Well, just remember this. Relationship is a mirror, which means by definition, it is based on reciprocity. What he is feeling, it ultimately gets transferred to her. Veronica says a man will seed you with his energy, especially through sex. So whatever shortcomings or insecurities or whatever is in him gets fed to her, and whatever is in her gets fed to him energetically, and now they're in this cycle of, recycling these things, and they're looking at each other as if, oh, that's you. No, that's you, and it's getting reflected back. The problem is, wherever there's observation for the average person, there's also judgment. The highest form of intelligence, as Krishnamurti said, is to be observed or to observe without judgment.
Right.
How many people can observe their fucking partner without evaluating and judging? When do you turn off that internal calculator that's always adding shit up and taking score and grading shit based off of the last time you got... You understand what I'm saying? Orgasms is how you do it, is what Veronica's saying. Speak to it, Veronica, real quick.
I'm just saying, when you're in orgasm, you surrender. So there's no judgment in surrender.
So, Fantasia, I'm going to need to get down there and get you to bust off so you can surrender and forget about all this other shit, okay? We're going to set up a little appointment, and I'm going to make sure that you bust off a few times.
That's so sweet.
And, when you bust off, then it wipes your memory.
I appreciate that.
Sexual Alzheimer's.
That's better than the Men in Black stick.
Oh, that's better than the Men in Black stick.
Let me put this in you. Bam, you ain't remember it. It's gone. It's gone.
There's a new meaning to you ain't even know it. You ain't even know it.
Yes.
Good looking, Fantasia. We appreciate the call. Thanks, honey bun. Listen.
Have a good one.
We're about to take a quick break. Get to your phone lines right now. If you got trust issues, if you want to get them dealt with, if you want to learn how to bust them out of memory, I don't know, call us at 323-230-4445. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more conversation and more callers. The Voice of Reason, Hot Button Radio.
Ever and ever. Listen, that's my jam. Always. I love when he be snapping. So.
Wow. But let me just say this.
Okay, put the whisper on it.
You figure deals. Yes. There is no trust. It's okay. We can live without trust. It's all right. The only trust you got is the trust in yourself. See, I believe that you magnetize what you want.
Come on now.
When you fully invest in the authenticity of yourself. See, when you put it on somebody else, you stunt your growth in a way. You understand? You stunt your understanding. You don't want to stunt your understanding, because if you stunt your understanding, you stop growing. You understand? Mm-hmm. When you stop knowing, you stop growing. Mm-hmm. When you stop growing, you stop showing. When you stop showing, you stop flowing.
And then you start hoeing. Because you all messed up. You ain't got no knowledge.
Oh, my goodness. One of my favorite records in the background. This is, as Ronan would say, a soft pound anthem. Soft pounding is for when you're dating older women and you don't want to hurt their bones. You soft pound that coochie. This record is from the Back on the Block album, 1989. It's called Stembrero, the Brazilian wedding song. Quincy Jones.
Soft pounding can also be the initial thrusts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The initial thrusts. It's like, here I am now.
Soft pounding is what you do in front of a fireplace.
Well, no, Corey Holcomb made this up. Soft pounding. So when you're dating old women who suffer from osteoporosis, you don't want to hit them hard. You want to pound it softly. You hear?
Just right.
Like that little kick drum in the background, you barely hear it. You just pound them softly.
And you just rub her with Bengay? Is this what we do?
When you hear her winding up like, oh. you down. Keep it down. Soft pound.
That's it.
Not to be confused with dog pound. Okay.
Yes, she has to trust that you ain't gonna break her. Mm-hmm. And she already done had a hip replacement. And now you don't want to break it again. Oh, this is beautiful, man. We're talking about trust. And a lot of people, I'm following them on Twitter right now. My Twitter is on fire. It always is during these shows. A lot of people are chiming in. They're answering the questions that we're posting. And, I mean, trust is a major issue for a lot of people, right? You got to remember, whenever you're looking in a mirror, that's when you're at your most vulnerable. When you see yourself. That right there, just let that marinate. Where's Veronica? Is she on? Hey, come on, you can't just have Veronica sitting there.
Sorry, Veronica, that was my fault.
She was trying to find somebody to soft pound. Y'all playing.
Veronica don't need soft pounding. Veronica.
She don't need it. She was just like, ooh, that's a good idea. Let me call.
My soft pound expert.
Yeah, but when you can do it at a distance, it's a different game, y'all. I'm just saying.
Wait. Hold on.
She talking about that forensics file shit.
Okay, hold on. That is quintessential soft pounding. When you can fuck somebody from at a distance, speak on the soft pounding, baby.
You don't even feel me, do you?
No, you can have full blown, full body, full orgasmic sex that feels as compelling, if not more compelling than it's sex in person. You can have that at a distance. And so it totally, this whole thing about pounding and, busting and all that is moot. That is so 20th century, y'all.
Listen, we were just talking about, as Ronan just so eloquently said, we were talking about AARP pimping, life alert strokes. You can't hit that box hard. That's all we was talking about.
It's physics.
It's physics. But what we were talking about before fucking elderly porn here, we were talking about trust. Is it a deal breaker for most relationships? And unfortunately, it is. I'm just going to say this. You're born alone.
Come on now.
Right? And you die alone.
Yep.
And throughout this entire process, that dash presents you, right, with choices. And the only thing you can do is evaluate the choices you've made and trust that if you get an opportunity to make more choices, there'll be better choices. I mean, nobody starts off making perfect choices. So, yes, so there's a learning curve. There's a learning process of understanding the choices that are presented. Now, a lot of times with people get jaded by the experience, and then the fear of making a bad choice begins to start making the choices for you. Like I'd say all the time in my book, Chapter 7, Figo. Who is your personal advisor? Is it fear and ego? Thus, Figo. So many people have Figo in charge of their lives because they don't want to make the same mistake again. First off, mistakes are necessary for rising to greatness in life, for rising to understanding, for gaining understanding. You should embrace mistakes, including relationship mistakes. But I'm going to tell you right now, relationship is such an ordeal that when you experience the hurt in relationships, you tend to let fear and ego make those damn choices. And that's what's fucked up. Now, I know somebody who has Figo in the driver's seat of their relationships. I want to bring her onto the show right now. Aarona.
See.
Talk about your relationship with fear and ego.
I've had so many different relationships with fear and ego. We've had threesomes together. We've had one-on-one confrontations and consultations. It's one of those things where, like I said, I had a very outdated relationship script that was handed down to me from my mom. And
so you inherited fear and ego from your mama?
Oh, absolutely.
Ugh.
Don't trust these men. You got to do everything yourself. Man, I remember I could have been about 9, maybe I was 10, and I still remember this. I'll never forget this. She said, nothing can ever embarrass you more than a man.
Ooh, mama with the evil.
But when something like that is your ideology and thought process, that means you're not expecting anything good from a man.
So whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove.
And 2 divorces says she's right.
Ugh.
And I realized that I had to break up with both fear and ego, or I'm going to lose all the good people in my life that's laying down this good pipe. That's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Because nobody wants to deal with that. When you're dealing with fear and ego, you become a headache. You become a headache. Oof. No one, man or woman, wants to put up with somebody who's going to constantly be a headache. You want to get with somebody who can ease your stress, not add to it.
That's right.
And sometimes the easing of stress is just the ability to be with someone.
Yeah.
But when you bring the pressure, because fear, ego, and then on top of fear and ego, you throw judgment in there, is saying, what are y'all? What are you doing? You giving him this, and you not getting an equal sum in return, or what is this?
And what is equal? What
do you understand
equal?
What I'm saying? Like,
we're bartering here now.
Right. Before you, and it usually happens after it feel good. After you feel, hey, there's a connection, there's a vibe. Well, and then your mind automatically goes to the job, to the work of securing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let me lock this in. Let me lock this down. Listen, it was unlocked when you found it. What makes you think it's going to be the same once you lock it? It's going to turn into something else once you lock the door behind it. You found it unlocked. Leave it there. Does that make sense?
That sounds like a key in the car analogy. The car door was unlocked, and you can go on the adventure and drive and do whatever you want to do, but you leave them keys in the car. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
you locked out.
But see, in a sane world, we could come together, interact, enjoy each other for the time that we do, and then walk away. In a sane world, it wouldn't need to mean we have to do the next 20 steps or the next 20 years or even the next 20 days. It could just mean that, but we don't have enough maturity in our psyches to be able to interact that way because we get very attached.
Here's something interesting about that, too. I think it promotes a stingy mentality.
Relationships are stingy. This is me, my pussy. This is my... This is why...
It's a stingy mentality.
Let me tell you something.
How can you get abundance in anything with a stingy mentality?
Listen, I'm a fairly attractive dude, right?
You got nice eyes.
Listen, fall easy, breezy. Anyway.
You just go Kanye yourself?
Yeah.
You know, if I say so myself, I'm good looking.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
I said fairly, nigga. Shit. Okay. Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Practice what you preach. Get out, John.
What you preach.
But you were saying fairly attractive.
Yeah, and I've had my share of, every woman I've ever fucked told me, this is your pussy. That's one of the most overrated statements anybody could ever make. It's always my pussy in the moment. Right? So in reality, it's not my pussy. It's my pussy for the moment. Right?
I like that.
And then even vice versa. Is this my dick? No, it's the same. See, we live in a situation, man, where the only moment we have freedom is the orgasm.
Because that's when we surrender.
And the motherfucking orgasm is over in an instant for most people. So just think about it. Just think, you saw the brothers who just got out of solitary confinement after what? 20 some odd years in solitary. The Panther brother that was released.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they only had an hour a day. Imagine if you only had an instant a day away from the mundanity and mediocrity of your life. That's what most people's lives are. Governed by fear, governed by anxiety. Do you understand? And then they bring that into the relationship and want you to cope with it. And if you're able to cope with it, you're somehow a good catch.
Ooh, cope with my dysfunction.
Get that bullshit out of here. Ooh. I ain't gonna never let you make me your soulmate into your cellmate. I'm never gonna willingly walk in there and put on the stripes for your ass. That's how I get out.
That's like me in the face.
It should have.
Well, whip it out and slap me again. Do it again.
Girl, you don't want me to whip it out. I be done knocked you through that damn window. Like, somebody sweep up Aarona. This motherfucker's in shambles.
A man can dream. Continue.
Oh, my.
Right, Veronica.
Hey, listen. We got somebody on the line real quick, but we only got 2 minutes until the end of the show. Should I bring them on?
Do it.
Boy, you got 10 seconds. Holla at us, Chicago, line 2.
All right, what's up, man?
What's happening, Pimp?
What's up, everybody? Oh, man, I was just called in, man, because I wanted to get my 2 cents. I ain't really catch, like, everything, but, you know, I think what people do, they know all the weaknesses they have, so they seek to find people, like you said, that can cope with it. But the problem is, you can't expect people to want to put up with your baggage if you're not willing to deal with your own baggage. And you got to be willing to take that ownership and that responsibility for yourself. And most people not willing to do that. And if you're not willing to do that, you will never be happy with no matter who you find.
Come on now.
And that's how we end the show. Good looking, Pimp. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Drop the mic. That's dope.
Listen, this has been the Voice of Reason. This is how we get down. I'll be back Monday with another barn burner.
Bam.
I need y'all to go download my app, support the book, keep the movement going. The ladies will be back Monday. We got another heater coming. Don't trip. 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hot Button Radio, the Voice of Reason. We out.
Peace.